Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be speaking to you about how the power of storytelling invites us to see the world differently. Have you ever lied or been inconsistent about something important in your life, maybe a story or an action? Both the play The Crucible by Arthur Miller and the film Kite Runner directed by Mark Forster represents this, as well as the idea that anomalies, paradoxes, inconsistencies, and human behaviour invite us to see the world differently. This is clearly shown in both texts as the protagonist in The Crucible and Kite Runner. The Crucible is a play which shows the main protagonist, John Proctor, who plays the tragic hero, fight for his and his wife's freedom against Abigail Williams, who is in love with Proctor but accuses him of being a witch, so Elizabeth can't have him. Arthur Miller incorporates McCarthyism into this play as he relates to the US State Department's fear of China after the communist takeover to the fear of black magic and witchcraft in The Crucible. Kite Runner is a film that tells us the story of Amir and his closest friend Hassan. The story is set near a number of horrible events, from the fall of the Afghan's monarchy through the Soviet military intervention, the mass movement of refugees to Pakistan, and the rise of the Taliban regime. Throughout the film, both Amir and Hassan display different human behaviours and motivations, and it is shown through Amir's guilt and Hassan's loyalty. The first character that represents inconsistencies is John Proctor in The Crucible. At the start of the play, Proctor was regretful with his adultery with Williams. This caused many inconsistencies and anomalies in Proctor's behaviour. This is demonstrated with his refusal to be truthful to the court, and his pride in his own good name threatens the whole town. This is seen in Act 4.
It is my name! Because I cannot have another in this life. Because I lie and I sign myself to lies. I have given you my soul, just please leave me my name!
Through the use of rhetorical questions and Proctor's tone, we see that he has lost everything, but the one thing he has left is his name. He will not confess to being guilty because of his name. Therefore, Proctor's motivation in this play is his reputation and to keep his good name in the community. In The Crucible, there were more than just one character representing inconsistencies. Abigail Williams is one of them. She also has an affair with Proctor, who is married to Elizabeth while working for both of them as a servant. She is driven by her love for Proctor and is committed to lie and accuse others such as Tituba to save her own skin. This is displayed when she...
I never called him! Tituba! Tituba! I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Her defensive tone helps reinforce how she is avoiding getting accused by blaming Tituba of actions she did not commit. Williams is driven by the motivation to get rid of Elizabeth even though she won't get Proctor. This is a paradox. Therefore, Williams displays how she is inconsistent through the play, as well as showing paradoxes by accusing Elizabeth even though she won't. Another related text that refers to inconsistencies in the human behaviour is the film Kite Runner. A character that represents this in the film is the protagonist Amir. Amir and Hassan have always told each other that they will be truthful and loyal to one another. Amir's motivation to be unloyal is the fear of his dad and what he would think if he was to tell him about Hassan getting raped. This is a paradox as he went against their trust. Amir portrays Hassan when he plants some cash and a watch under Hassan's mattress, framing him for theft and driving Hassan and Ali out of Bubba's house. Later in the film, when Amir is living in the United States, Afrid asks Amir about a photo of Hassan and him. He says,
"He was a friend of yours?"
He was my brother.
This quote shows an inconsistency with Amir's behaviour because now that he is older, he realised that he should have treated Hassan better, but he does still see him as a brother. Therefore, Amir represents inconsistency as when they were younger, he wasn't loyal towards Hassan, but as he has gotten older, he looks back and appreciates their friendship. Another character in Kite Runner that represents inconsistencies is Zaman. He is the director of the orphanage where Zorab is staying. Zorab is the son of Hassan. Zaman starts the orphanage with all his money to save all the kids from all the horrible events. This quote expresses this. This is a paradox, as after this, Zaman explains to Amir and Afrid that the orphanage is drastically unfunded and the children are starving every day. This causes Zaman to sell the kids to Asif, who is the antagonist in this film. Therefore, Zaman is forced into selling the children by motivation and fear of Asif,